Hi guys, so I've been meaning to make this video especially for all the crew who have been with us in the past. A couple of changes to the clinic. When I go back, say even 2 years ago, we talk about how many machines we had per treatment. I think we had 2 per treatment. We might have had 2 beds per hour there. Now we have 6 machines every time you're getting treated. So straight away, whatever results we used to get before, I've now amplified straight away as well. The settings, you might have seen that we've started to change things around. In the past, we would have worked on a lot of deep flexors, so some of you won't forget the pads, which will be placed in muscles like your subscapularis, your pecs. We do a lot on the triceps, very intense on the arms and so on. Then we'd work on the deep stomach and in the groins. And we've had unbelievable success as regards, many areas, many injuries, because at the end of the day, the deep flexors will pull the body into an internal rotated position. However, we've been able to stack all this on top now, so as soon as we swapped over to what we call the probes, it meant that we could actually read the scar tissue. Now, before this point, the pads can't actually read any scar tissue. So, for example, now I'm going through lots of people who've been up in the past. I've even went through some of the old pictures on my phone of postures, and I was thinking, oh, geez, if I just had them now, what way I could treat it. So you'll always remember me talking about the neck and the base of the skull. Now, this is one big massive change. We used to put the pads on the front of the neck, which people found very intense. We don't do that anymore, and the reason is because every muscle in the body is responsive to what happens in here. Okay, the cerebral cortex here, the positions of these bones. I may have referred some of you on the day of a clinic to go over and see Rory. Some of you may not know, like we do all the manipulations in-house now. We've done the osteopath manipulation courses in London, and all these small subtle changes have made a crazy difference. However, the new treatment, especially the core whole body session that we talk about, it gives us a direct reading from the base of the skull all the way to the very bottom of the lumbar spine. Now, in doing that, it's beginning to show up to people to say, Jesus, that's exactly where the pain was. So we probe along here, we'll read, and we gather all our readings. So we take the readings for every single point the whole way through the body. And essentially what we do is we go back, and the easiest way to explain is as we bring the machine to a specific setting, you're waiting for the body to recognize the tissue, and that's where the brain will actually go, okay, I've recognized there's something going on here. So you can imagine we're stacking each joint now as we go down, but then we go back and we take away the 3 largest problem areas. So really quickly, some of the crazy results that's happened. We've had people with bladder trouble, okay, come in, get this core whole body thing done. All of a sudden, they haven't got their issue, okay. Numbness, tingling in the hands. Some people's hands getting freezing cold, any bad weather at all, or if they're doing anything with water. But all these injuries that are affecting the extremities, the sciatica, for example, even personally on me, I may have remembered during cleaning the house, I couldn't do heavy shoveling, I couldn't do heavy stuff at all without the back on. Since I got the core whole body done, it's fascinating what it's done. I've no issues anymore with the back. All mine was representing here. The next things we do in regards to the body is the meridian lines. Okay, with the meridian lines, again, our bladder channel, for example, will start here, and it runs all the way through the hamstring, goes to the knee, it goes into the belly of the calf, and it goes all the way down to the baby toe. So those of you who might have got some kinesiology work done before, you'll know exactly what issues happen in the feet. That brings me on to the individual next treatment we do. Okay, so when you come for your NCT, you get your core whole body done. So you get to clear the spine. Okay, I want you to imagine that you've just got a full chiropractic adjustment on every single joint, because the brain is having to distribute forces to realign that. You will even see the spine as we mark it out, it will actually straighten up. The feet, okay, working from here, from ACLs, post ACLs not ever getting the range of motion back in the knee, it has been mind-blowing. For me, I'll be honest, I've actually had to ask them twice, are you serious? It's completely gone. So what we do is we actually work all through here, okay? And as we're clearing all the shins, so shin splints, some Achilles issues, even as regards specific toes getting blocked. It causes all this action, okay? So we get to clear the feet. And the only way I'll describe is when people get it done with the probes, this is now. It's not with the pads. So some of you might have had pads on your feet before. It's not the same as the probes. But in that treatment, every single person, we haven't cued them. We've said, stand up, see how you feel. And everybody has just went, I feel like I'm walking on clouds. And it really is the only way to describe it. But it is because since we changed the settings, number 1 on the machines, we changed obviously we're able to cycle through different ones now, okay? So that was what happened when we went to America. We got to learn all of this. So I know this has been quite an in-depth, because I'm just genuinely so excited to reach out to so many people who's been with us to say, you really have no idea what we're able to do now compared to it. Therapist wise, as I said, my aim was to always get 2 therapists working on each person, because I wanted to be able to give the most amount of time and get as many sessions done as possible in one. And that's what we're doing now, because I always was conscious that people will drive for 3 or 4 hours away, so I really want to blow it out of the water now. Our last thing, I suppose, in treatments wise, it matches the spine treatment, is a face treatment that we do, and we're on specific points on the body, so we work through here, here and here. Okay, and in America they talk about that obviously the stress is held in this specific part of the body. We take readings of that, but here is a very much an environmental scenario, as they call it, for emotional, and then down here is all got to do with communication. Now, again, all of them little details are irrelevant. When we come along and read this, people have always said it, like sinus problems, clearing. We can clear your bladder line, starts in here. Some of you may remember I would have always been doing a massive amount of work on the roof of the mouth, and I would have been clearing in here. Again, that's the actual start of your bladder line. Headaches, vertigos. We're getting massive success with the gallbladder and the bladder line, and you would have seen that clip coming across. So there really is, it has changed something drastic, and we've been able to stack treatments upon treatment on top of it. And this, the final one, was, I always remember specifically when we've done massive work here on people's deep flexors, and they still were complaining of just small bits of back pain. Now we can literally go in and read very specifically, and then all of a sudden the machine tells us exactly where the problem was. It'll always resonate with the person, and the specific settings we have, we can pump energy into that joint, okay, to actually make the joint heal itself. Okay, so if somebody was, especially elderly clients that we talked about, I went through a few in my head saying that would have suited them massively. It's people like yourselves, I'm thinking, you got to come back, and if you've done nothing else, come and try the core whole body treatment. It's absolutely crazy. Thanks a million, guys, for looking. I hope I went through plenty there to give you an idea of just how much things have changed, and we hope to see you soon.